Okay, people. Good evening and welcome to the free public speaking training. I promised that I'll be here at 7:30 to do that, and here exactly is where I am. How was your day? How is everything with you? Glad that you're here. Hope you had a productive day. We're going to spend the next hour just in the world of public speaking, maybe 45 minutes. I won't make it too long, 45 minutes. And so you're all welcome to the stream. You can put your comments in the box below. In the comments, I just want to find out what you need help in. This is all about you. So if you have any public speaking issues that you need help with, just put them in the comment box. I'll go through them one by one and I'll address as many of them as I can in half an hour. How about that? Yeah, I can see already about 26 of you here on the stream, which is great. So I'm waiting for you to tell me what you want help in. Okay. Alapike, bad sound. Okay, bad sound. I hope it's better now. If the sound is okay, just tell me yes, the sound is okay. And if it's not, tell me and I'll fix it for you. Okay? Is the sound okay now? Guys, let me know whether the sound is okay so that we can continue with the training. All right? Hope you all had a good day. Alapike, how is the sound like right now? Let me know in the comments. Welcome to the free public speaking training. I'm going to try and do this maybe twice a week. Sound is okay, great. Agbeshi Akins, hi, how are you? Nanabuachi Yadom, how are you? Hope you're good. Rachel Fafali, you are good. Thank you very much. Alapike, I'm sure the sound is good now. So I'm at your beck and call. Let me know. How do you overcome stage fright? Thank you very much, Nana Amenfi Ba. Okay, so stage fright. So I have an acronym that I use when I do my public speaking training. It's based on the word stage. So every letter in the word stage stands for something you need to remember. The S stands for shift focus. So shift focus basically means that don't focus on yourself, how you look, how you sound, whether you will make sense to the people or not. Shift your focus and focus on the audience. What do they need from your presentation? How much time have they got? What do they want to learn from it? If you focus on that, you will not think about yourself. It's when you think too much about yourself that you get stage fright, okay? So shift your focus to the audience. It's a bit like shifting your camera from selfie mode to like camera mode where you can see what the audience needs. The T in stage stands for train your brain. So train your brain to think positively and look for positive outcomes. Most people get stage fright because they think about everything wrong that can happen. Oh, I'll fall, I'll trip, I'll say stuff that doesn't make sense. They'll laugh at me. Those are the negative outcomes. But think of the positive outcomes, okay? And wish yourself well. I can see myself getting a round of applause after I've done this presentation. I can see myself delivering a good speech that is helpful to people. So think of positive things instead of negative, and that will help you to become less nervous and less tense. So still spelling stage to help you deal with stage fright. A stands for achieve calm. So you want to be calm when you're on the stage, okay? So deep breathing helps, keeps you calm, okay? Lowers your heartbeat. Doing tongue twisters also helps a lot. It relaxes your mouth. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. A peck of pickled pepper, Peter Piper picked. Look for tongue twisters. There are many of them. Just Google it, tongue twisters, and you see many of them. Write some of them down and then practice them, okay? They help you to be relaxed. G in stage stands for get ready. So you've shifted your focus onto the audience instead of yourself. You've trained your brain to look for the positive. You've achieved calm through the exercises and the tongue twisters. Now you want to get ready. If you want to get ready, you want to prepare early. So if you are given a speech to give in 2 weeks, don't wait till the day before the speech before you work on it. Start early and rehearse often. Rehearse on video. Record your rehearsal so you can see what you look like on the stage. And record your rehearsals in front of an audience. Get 3 or 4 people to be your audience, so you stand in front of them and deliver your presentation. A lot of time, people make the mistake of rehearsing in front of a mirror, which is not good, or just reading their presentation and think they have rehearsed it. The best way to rehearse your presentation is in front of an audience, okay? They'll give you feedback. They'll tell you what they remember, what they don't, what works, what doesn't, and that's the way you get prepared, okay? Rehearse often, rehearse early, rehearse with an audience, rehearse on video. And finally, the E in stage stands for express yourself. So you've done all the things that I've told you, STAG, and now you get on the stage, you smile before you start, or you can be quiet and look at the audience. It feels nerve-wracking sometimes, but you get used to it the more you do it, okay? And then you launch into your presentation. If you make a mistake, don't stop. People don't know what you're going to say. So don't, and people are not there to mark your mistakes. So don't think they are there marking all the things that you're going to do wrong, okay? If you make a mistake, just continue. If you have a memory block, pause, slow down, smile. It normally comes back. Have your notes close by. So if you're speaking and you forget your stuff, just look at your notes and then you remind yourself. And when you're done, ask for questions. If you are asking questions, they're asking questions and you don't know the answer, tell them you don't know, but I can get back to you later. Or you can throw the question back to the audience for help. Or you can say, I can get back to you later on with the answer. And basically, those are the ways to deal with stage fright. Shift your focus. So you're looking more at the audience instead of yourself. Train your brain to look for the positive. Achieve calm. Get ready and then express yourself. And remember, it's like riding a bicycle. The more you do it, the better you become, okay? So the more you speak, the better you will become. Confidence comes from experience. And experience comes from you doing something over and over and over again, all right? So those are your tips for stage fright. I will get a few more. Sound is better, says Lawrence. Thank you very much. Isahaku, hi, good evening. Alasan, good evening. Kweku, good evening. The sound is okay. Sedem, put what you want to learn in the comments and I'll deal with them for you, okay? All right. Agbeshi, hi. Abdullah, hi. Okay. Ebenezer, hi. Joey, hi. How do you get the attention of your audience, says Jeshurun Jesh. Okay, there are a couple of ways you can do it. Sometimes I get on the stage and I don't talk. I stand there and look at the audience. And they become quiet and they're wondering, is this guy crazy? And that curiosity gets them to focus on me. Sometimes I ask a question. How many of you would like to learn how to speak better in public and speak with confidence? Beginning of my presentation. That's a question that people will answer, if not verbally, mentally. And you can even ask them, please show by a hand how many of you want to, by the end of this presentation, know how to speak better with confidence and in public. Then you've gotten their attention, you've gotten them to do something, okay? You can tell a funny story too, but it has to be, you must practice telling funny stories. So you can do it with your audience, your little practice audience first. If it works with them, it may work in the audience. That is the one that you meet on the stage. So 3 ways. You can use silence, you can use humor, you can use questions, and that's how you can get the attention of your audience. Okay, more questions coming in. Keep them coming in. Agbeshi, hi. Abdullah, hi. Joris, hi. Sound is good. Joshua, I just answered your question. Alan PK, thank you very much. MTN Network, the ball. Oh, sorry. Abraham, hi. Joey, hi. Just put all your questions in there and I'll answer them. Empress Bakupe, thank you very much. Okay, PK is good. How do you get the attention? I just answered that question. Let's see if there are any more. How do you make your audience happy as well as making the program lively? Okay, you make your audience happy when you address their issues, okay? So anytime you are going to have a presentation, they've told you to speak on something, you must ask the organizers, what do you want your audience to get out of my presentation? Okay? And then you base your talk around what you want them to get out of it. Even if they don't smile and laugh as if they're at a comedy show, but you've answered their questions, they'll be happy, okay? Another way I also get more feedback is I get to the event grounds early and I introduce myself to them. Say, hi, my name is Kafui. I'm the speaker for the event. And your name is? Then they'll give me their name in that question. And ask them, so what are you hoping to get out of this presentation? Then they'll tell me, and then I'll give it to them. Just 2 days ago, I gave a presentation at the Rotary Club of Ring Road Central. And it was a presentation on the art of public speaking. But I started my presentation with a question. So how many of you don't like speaking in public? Show by hand. And they raise their hands. And why don't you like to speak in public? Then they told me, because we are shy. I'm nervous. I make mistakes. I wrote all those things on the flipboard, and I spent my presentation answering all the questions on the flipboard. So it's always good to ask the audience what they want. Okay, if you can't ask the audience, ask the organizers what the audience wants. Give it to them, and they'll be happy. All right. Thank you, Empress. Good to have you here. Raphael Fafali, good to have you. Insightful. Lawrence, hi. Put what you want to learn in the comments, and I'll address them. Okay. Thank you very much, Nana. Hi there, James. Thank you, Empress Bakupe, the lady that made Kwesi Akun, the taxi driver's video, go viral. Ah, Empress, good to see you here. Now, there's another question here. How do you make your audience happy? I've seen that. More questions. Mike Lamptey says, how do you deal with an unresponsive audience, especially low energy and simply off? So I go to a presentation and I say, hello, good evening. And the thing is quiet. I say, oh, why? Did you leave your voices in the car park? Then they start laughing. I say, okay, that's better. Let's have a bit more energy. You can ask them, and trying to get them to do things. You can get them to do something. Say, listen, I'm doing a quick poll now to just find out how many of you here, or if it's an icebreaker before the presentation, I do things like, okay, we're all going to introduce ourselves by our first names and the last meal we had for lunch or supper. So hi, and I'll start with me. Hi, my name is Kafui, and the last meal I had was sweet potato with chicken. And that's true because that's the last meal I had today. Then you go around the room, getting people to just mention their first name and the last meal they had. They loosen up and they become more engaged. People just want you to connect with them on the level that they find comfortable. And most of the times when people are quiet, it's not that they are bored. Maybe they're just concentrating on what you're doing and it's not really something about you. So don't take it too personally if you think people are bored or don't have energy. But try and engage them, okay? All right, I hope that works for you, Mike Lamte. Adam Safu, good to have you here. Ohima, it's good to have you here. Put what you want me to deal with in the comments, and I will deal with them. My biggest challenge, public speaking, says Mensa Jivon, Ghana about justice. Tell me what the challenge is, and we'll try and work with it for you, okay? Awesome. Peter Nanaya says, how do you overcome panicking? Your hands shake sometimes. It's all part of fear and stage fright, and things can happen. A lot of things, if you didn't prepare adequately, of course, you will panic because you're not sure whether what you have done is enough. If you decide to chew your presentation, baba, and pour it, of course, you'll be panicking because you want to remember everything. So I don't advise that you go into a presentation unprepared. Try and prepare adequately, rehearse often, rehearse early, rehearse with an audience, okay? And record your rehearsals. You'll be surprised the things you'll pick up when you record your rehearsal on video. Everybody's phone has a camera now, I hope. And then you pick up the things that if you were standing with your hands in your pockets, you know that you shouldn't be standing with your hands in your pockets because that doesn't work for public speaking. So try as much as possible to do a lot of the work before you get on the stage. It's all about your approach. You must go into a public speaking situation wanting to solve the problems of the audience. It's not about you showing people how many big words you know or how much knowledge you have. People will be happy when you solve their problems. So always find out what do they want to learn from this presentation. Then you give it to them, okay? And that when you do it, and you practice often, you become more experienced. And the more experienced you are, the less panicky you will become, all right? Peter, I hope that helps. Okay, Adum Safu says, you suggest we have a group. All right, slowly, we'll take it like that. All right? Okay, thank you so much. Let's keep going. More. Rabido Opoku, much respect. Thank you so much. Gilbert, hi. Put your comments in. If you want any help in public speaking, let me know. I easily lose my voice during presentations. How do I overcome it? Says Nana Amenfiba. Okay, if you drink cold water, it will tighten your vocal cords and you will not have a good production of your voice. Things like coffee and tea have caffeine in them and they dry up your voice, your mouth. It takes away saliva and you will not have enough lubrication in your throat to speak. Peanuts, salted peanuts, they also make your throat dry. What you need to not lose your voice, to keep your voice strong, is just room temperature water, okay? Don't drink anything too hot because you may burn your tongue and then your mouth will be uncomfortable in speaking. So room temperature water, and that keeps your voice lubricated. Make sure you have some water by you, so when you lose your voice, you just drink a little bit of water. And don't panic for the water. Just as you're speaking, just come back to the table, slowly take the water, drink it, put it back down, and continue. It shouldn't be any big deal. I present a TV show on GTV, breakfast show, and we always have water there. And the days I'm thirsty, I just pick it up and drink and continue. Okay, so keep your voice lubricated. Don't shout, otherwise you strain your vocal cords and then you lose your voice easily. All right, I hope that helps. Nana, Mike, thank you very much. Bernice Thompson Tampaori says, I have the interest to be an MC, but I don't have the courage to start. Good news, you will get my MC book free with a copy of my public speaking book, and I'll show you the details on how to get that at the end of today's show. Bernice Tampaori, you want to be an MC, don't have the courage to start. Well, the thing is to start. You just have to start. You can start with people that you know. So your family members, if there are birthday parties, weddings, even funerals. Or even before that, if you have the chance to introduce somebody at an event, do it. It will give you practice in speaking in public. If you have the chance to do vote of thanks, do it. If you have the chance to say a prayer at church or at a meeting, do it. these things, and even the most basic level is just attend talks. And then when the talk is going on, take notes, write down the question you want to ask at the end of the talk. When the talk is done and they say, question time, be the first person to raise your hand, open your mouth, read your question out, sit down, wait for the answer. Sit in the front of the audience anytime you go and speak somewhere, so that when it's time for question time, you are the first to raise your hand. And when you raise your hand, nobody will turn behind to look at you and give you more attention, because you'll be in the front of the room. You raise your hand, you ask. You see, the more you ask questions in public, the more you get used to hearing your voice coming out of the loudspeaker. It will give you more confidence, and experience gains confidence, and confidence gives you the courage to do whatever you want to do. All right, so do that, Dennis. And for those of you who are interested in becoming better MCs and better public speakers, I'll tell you how to get my book. It's called Public Speaking A to Z, and anybody who buys that book gets the copy of my MC book free of charge. Okay, all right, Lawrence. For someone with general anxiety disorder, what further tips would you recommend apart from those in the acronym stage? Try these ones first, Lawrence. Try these ones first. See whether they work for you. Public speaking can be very, very nerve-wracking, but you're not alone. A lot of people are very concerned about speaking in public because they don't want to mess up. You can start by, first of all, attending talks and answering questions when you go there, because you want to hear the sound of your voice coming out of the loudspeaker. Sometimes people hear their voice coming out of the loudspeaker and they say, "Whoa, that's not me," or "My voice sounds strange," you know. So, but you have to get into the habit of talking to audiences. You can start by preparing a small talk and have an audience of 2 or 3 people there. As simple as myself. You know, that essay we all wrote when we were in class 1. Myself. Just give a 1-minute presentation on your favorite hobby, or your favorite football team, or your favorite piece of music, or your favorite memory of growing up. Record a presentation. Watch yourself record after the recording, and just keep doing it often. You'll get better, all right? How do you manage not to do it? There's another question there. I'll keep going through. Put the comments in there. How do you manage not to overtalk? By not overtalking. Don't make things too complex for yourself. Use simple words. Speak at the level of, I would say, a 12 or 13-year-old. And there's a particular newspaper in the States, United States, which is written at the level of a 12-year-old. Their argument is that if a 12-year-old can read the newspaper without looking to the dictionary, most everybody will be able to understand what it is. The fear is that people want to impress audiences. Your job is not to impress the audience. Your job is to satisfy the audience, because audiences come to listen to a talk for a particular reason. I've advertised that this was going to be a free public speaking training program. So if I came and started talking about how to grow yams, you would not be happy with me, because that's not why you came here. You came here to get some tips on public speaking. I've already given you the stage tips on dealing with stage fright, and I've given you other tips as well. So focus on what the audience wants from the talk, and you will be fine. Thank you very much. I can see Peter. Peter, hi, good to have you here. Richmond, which hand is appropriate for handling the microphone? Is it right or left? Well, culturally in Ghana, we don't appreciate it when people point at you with their left hand. In fact, we have a proverb in Ghana which says, it is the disrespectful person who points to his hometown with his left hand. For cultural reasons, the left hand is not as favored as the right hand in Ghana. So in Ghana, you want to hold the microphone with your left hand. So if you're gesticulating or gesturing, it's your right hand that you're using the gesture, okay? So in Ghana, look at the culture. In Ghana, the left hand is not as favored as the right hand. So make sure you hold the microphone with the left hand, and then you can use your gestures. So that if you're pointing at somebody, it's with your right hand, and nobody feels offended. In other cultures, they don't really care. But so you've got to be culturally sensitive. Matthias, how do I overcome fear and unnecessary mistakes? Well, nobody's marking your mistakes. And some people don't even know whether you've made a mistake or not. So don't be too worried about mistakes, okay? One way to limit the mistakes is to slow down when you're speaking. Don't speak too fast, because if you speak very fast, you can make mistakes and people can hear what you're saying. But if you slow it down, you are likely to gather your thoughts. And you see, listen, public speaking is like conversing. When we converse, somebody speaks, we respond, and we think on our feet. We think on our feet when we are conversing. You don't have everything planned in your head about what you're going to say. You basically follow the conversation based on what the person said. So public speaking, everybody can do it. The thing is that when you want to overthink it and you want to impress people so badly, and you want to show off, then you have problems, okay? So slow down your speaking, all right? Slow down your speaking. Nobody's marking your errors, all right? People just want. I've probably made a couple of mistakes in my presentation, but I didn't point you at them, so you didn't see them. Watch the news readers. A lot of the experienced ones make mistakes every day, but the inexperienced ones are the ones who point to you. So, oh, I'll take it again, and all of a sudden you are now wondering, what did she say or what did he say? Okay, so don't highlight your mistake. Nobody knows your presentation. You are the one who's doing it. If you make a mistake, just continue. People want the general outlook of your presentation and not the nitty-gritty, okay? How do you overcome panic, shaky voice, and hands? It's stage fright. Go back, when this talk is done, go back and listen to the first, I think, 10 minutes or so. I did an acronym on the word stage, and it deals with 5 things you need to remember. S for shift your focus, so that you focus on the audience. T for train your brain, look for the positive. Think of positive outcomes. Don't think of negatives that will happen. A is for achieve calm before you speak. G is for get prepared, how the right way to prepare for your presentation. And E is for express yourself. It's all up there, all right? Okay, more. Which hand is appropriate for the microphone? I did that. Empress Bakope says, thank you very much. Okay, over talking, I've done with that. Peter Nanayal, thank you very much. How do you overcome fear and anxiety? I've seen that as well. Let's keep going. Which one is more appropriate? I've done that already. Let's keep going. How do you deal with a break in voice during public speaking? Drink water, okay? Breathe deep, speak slower, okay? Rehearsals help a lot. Definitely. Don't rehearse, you will not do a good job, all right? What roles do relevant jokes play in public speaking? Be careful about jokes. Not all jokes are funny. Not all jokes are appropriate. Political jokes, religious jokes, sexual jokes can get you into trouble. Stay far away from them. If you want to crack jokes, crack the jokes on yourself. Let you be the subject of the jokes. Talk about mistakes that you made and what you learned from them. You see, people who connect more when you put a joke on yourself. Don't single people out and make jokes on them. It can backfire badly. Political jokes is out. You don't know who is supporting NPP, NDC, whatever. Sexual jokes, you don't know who is in the audience. Feminists, masculinists, if there's any such thing. Whoever, you don't want people are very sensitive about these things. Religious jokes, Christians, Muslims, atheists, Buddhists, you don't know. You don't want to get people against you, so be careful about jokes, all right? Okay. How can I be a better MC than I am? MC more events. Talk less. Talk less. The MCing is not about you. It's about the audience. It's about the speaker. Talk less. For those of you who haven't got my MC book, I'll give it out to you free at the end of the talk. There's a public speaking book that I'll show you how to get. All right? Okay, excellent. Kav, you have to give me one. Send it to Metro TV, tag Elvis Ando. The books are soft copies, so that's how it goes. All right, here we go. More messages. Keep them coming in. Keep them coming right in. And I'll answer as many of them as I can. How do I get a copy of public speaking book? I'll show you at the end of this presentation. It's a soft copy, and anybody who gets it will get a copy of my MC book as well for free. All right. Can you touch briefly on dressing for public speaking? Yes, dress formally. Even if they say smart casual, you want to look, if you are the guest speaker, you want to look a little bit higher than. Dress as the most important person would dress. That's an easy standard to have, okay? It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. If you're overdressed, you can just, for example, you're wearing a tie and everybody is in short sleeves. You can take off the tie and still look formal, okay? But you want to look presentable. People will judge you based on what you look like, okay? You may have a great message, but if you don't look like you can deliver that message, it won't go down well with you, all right? So be smart. Don't stick out unless, of course, you're a fashion designer and your job is to look funky because it's part of your job description. Fine, but you don't want to stick out too much. People should focus more on your talk than what you are wearing. All right. So there are more tips. If you just go to YouTube or Google and you type in dressing tips for men and women, or women, men or for women, you will get them, all right? Okay. Your left and right hand, which is appropriate for the handling of the microphone. I said that earlier. Ghanaians do not appreciate you pointing at them with your left hand. So if you're a lefty, it's good for you because a lefty will hold the microphone in the left hand and the right hand, and then you use your right hand to gesticulate. It's the right-handed people who tend to, by default, go and hold the microphone with their right hand, which will mean that their left hand is now free to be pointing, and people don't like it. So always remember, put your microphone in your left hand and then gesticulate with your right hand, okay? Okay, more. Can you touch briefly on that? Your left and right hand, which one is more appropriate? Impress Bakope, I just did that for you. What else? More tips. More tips. Let's go. I have to be praying to God to help me to get you for my wedding when the time comes. Sammy, no problem. I did for you. MC eye contact. Your tips have been beneficial to me. I appreciate. Thank you so much. Ricky Cassie says, my main man, Cassie said, Ricky, comfortable clothes and shoes are very helpful. You are so damn right. Be comfortable so that you don't have some very, very tight shoes that are distracting you from your presentation. So comfortable clothes, neat. You don't want crumpled clothes. It's got to look nice, okay? Look nice. Okay. All righty. Thank you, Richmond. Put your comments in. How do I overcome shyness as an incoming executive? Okay, so shyness basically means you focusing on yourself, okay? Luckily, God made our brains in such a way that you can only think about one thing at a time. So instead of you thinking about yourself, oh, how will they receive me? How do I look? What if I fail? But think about the audience, okay? What do they want from this presentation? How can I make this presentation interesting for them to take something from it? How much time do they have? If they have 20 minutes, I can't give them a 1 hour talk. I give them a 20-minute talk so that they can finish and do whatever they have to do. If there are more women than men, my examples must be more weighted towards the women. I can't be talking about football and politics when maybe, I know women like football and politics, but not generally. Men prefer more football and politics than women. So who is in the audience? How much time have they got? What do they want to get? Focus on the other people. Focus less on yourself. The shyness will come down. All right. Okay. More messages. Keep them coming in. Harrison, thank you very much. Destiny Hill, you're also called Kafui. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Famous, thank you so much. Frederick, you love watching me on TV. I love watching me on TV myself. I'm telling you. It's a great feeling. Abigail Aqua, thank you very much. How do I overcome the shaking of my hands when speaking in public? Some people, in the beginning, some people are advised that sometimes you want to hold the podium, okay, so that people don't actually see you visibly shaking, all right? Sometimes too, I know some people, when they take coffee, they shake, okay? It makes them nervous. So cut down on all the caffeine stuff if that makes you nervous. Me, I take coffee, my heart starts pumping faster, so I don't like coffee, okay? Sometimes it's just nervousness, and sometimes the beginning of your presentation is the big deal. You know, your voice will shake in the beginning, but if you just push through and just try and get to the end of your presentation, give them what they want, practice often. In the beginning, it is always, I have a Rastafarian friend who said the beginning of everything is dread. You know, the beginning is always dread. But the more you do something, the better you become, all right? The more you do something, the better you become. We have 15 minutes more, and then we are done. So put your comments in, all right? For those of you who want my public speaking book, I'll show you how to get it, and then and the MC book as well. Do you ever overcome nerves just before a presentation? Yes. Sometimes, I wouldn't say I'm nervous now. I'm just like, there's a little bit of apprehension. You want to do a good job. You want to make sure your intro is quite good. Your introduction grabs people, okay? Because people's attention spans these days, because of social media, is very short. First 3-5 seconds is important. You have to grab people and then keep them and let them know that, oh, there's something interesting that is coming, okay? What you can also do is get people to introduce you well as a public speaker. And I go by a 4-word acronym to get the best kind of introduction. And I use this when I'm introducing speakers. It goes by the PETS, PETS, P-E-T. So, profession of the speaker, experience, that's E, T for topic, and S for say your name last. So, PETS. So, profession. The next speaker is a TV presenter and a corporate MC. That's profession, experience. For the past 20 years, he has been involved in public speaking and corporate events and broadcasting. That's the experience. T. Tonight he'll be speaking on how to overcome shyness in public speaking. And then S, say the name last. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest speaker for the evening, Kafui Day. P-E-T-S. So you get, if you want people to introduce you before you speak, give them this, write it out. Write what you want, your profession, your experience, the topic, say your name last, and they will introduce you like that. And then it kind of sets you up nicely for your talk, because part of the talk is even, who is this guy who's come to speak? And if you get yourself introduced well, it gives you some kind of level from which you can bounce off. And then when you also have to introduce somebody, use the same formula, P-E-T-S, pets, profession, experience, topic, say their name last, okay? Kweku Elikem, you like my humility. Thank you very much. How do you manage the time allocated to you if you have to speak slowly? How do you stay within the time limits? It comes with practice. That's why I say practice, practice, practice. Don't practice your presentation by just looking at it. Look at your PowerPoint and you think you're done. No. Don't practice by looking at a mirror and then yourself and speaking. No. Practice with an audience. Let somebody be the timekeeper. Let somebody be the one who will record your presentation. And when the time is up, let them know that your time is up. Or let them say you have 5 minutes left. And then you know what. And it's, for example, if you have, say, 5 minutes left, but you are only halfway through the presentation, go to the end. Summarize it. Don't speed up and try to go through the whole presentation. You must know how to end your presentation. Your beginning and your end are most important. Anytime I go into an interview situation, I know what my first question is going to be. I know what my last question is. Everything else in the middle will come from whatever the guest is telling me. In public speaking, use the same principle. Know what your first question is. Know what your last question is. So your first point is and your last point is. So if you have to wrap up because we're out of time, you can just quickly summarize what you have to say, go to the last point, and let them know that you can get more information from me by emailing me or getting in touch with me, all right? Okay. Good evening, Frederick. What's up? Kweku Elikem, you like my style of journalism. Thank you very much. Salifu, what do I do when I feel that the audience may be checking my grammatical errors and pronunciation? They are not. People are there for the general message that you are there to give them. When you're thinking of if you think your grammar and your pronunciation is wrong, fix it. And you can fix it by reading more. Read more aloud. Read books aloud. If you're not sure of a pronunciation of a word, look it up. These days, Google and YouTube especially, YouTube, you can actually hear how words are pronounced. So you say pronunciation of grammatical. Try it on your YouTube. It will come up. Somebody will actually say grammatical. So you can fix stuff. Nothing is fixed in stone. If you think your grammar is wrong, it's not working, read more books, read aloud. If you think your pronunciation is not good, get help. It's on the internet. Julia says, I love watching you on TV. Thank you so much. You're just an amazing person. Julius, thank you. Nice. More messages. What do I do if I feel that the audience may be checking my grammar? No, I did that already. Julius, Frederick, more messages. Good evening to you all. Let's see, more messages. You make me start watching GTV Breakfast Show. Thank you very much, Julius. Thanks a lot. More. Trudy says good. Teddy says pet. Yes, pet. That's the formula I use when I'm introducing people. What's the person's profession? P. What's the person's experience? E. What's the person's topic? T. And then I say their name last. Okay? Teddy says you want to come and see me personally. Well, I'm at GTV, all right? So you know how to get through to me. So this talk is almost about to end. We've done this for like 35 minutes now. I'll do 10 minutes more, and then I'll show you. For those of you who are interested in getting my public speaking book, I'll show you how to get it. Pretty soon. Let me just go through and see whether I've missed any messages that I can fix, I can work on. If you have any need for any help in public speaking, just put the thing in the comments below, and I will answer them as much as I can. Jeshurun asked, how do you get the attention of your audience? I said, use questions or silence or even humor. Maxwell says, I've done well in the journalism fraternity. Thank you very much. Nanako Jo says, thanks for touching on every comment. Yes, that's why I'm here. It's training. I have to get through the training. That's my ambition. You see, my goal was to give you as many tips as possible tonight. And so if I do that, I'm happy. All right. I'm interested in your public speaking book. All right. I will show you how to get it pretty soon. I want to make sure that I've covered all the stuff. We've done 36 minutes so far, and I want to answer as many as I can. Abraham, thank you so much. Ebenezer, thanks a lot. Joey, thanks. Jeshurun, thanks. Ala PK, thank you. Abraham, thank you. Joey, thanks a lot. How does the age bracket of your audience determine what you say. If you're speaking with pensioners, you can't come and say, Talit, this presentation is going to be lit. A pensioner will look at you and say, what do you mean? Lit? Or this presentation is not going to be one of those whack presentations. So these are slang terms that younger people understand. You know, my 12-year-old says, man, that's a serious goal the guy scored. You know, how can a goal be serious? But at 12-year-old, serious means that was an amazing goal. You know, so look at the audience and speak the language that they understand. Okay, yeah. University professors will not appreciate it if you come and did a presentation in pidgin English. Tell the profs what happened. Me, they can't talk to you. So what? What's that? No. So the age bracket can determine, even the profession of the people can determine how you speak to them, what they do, you know, how old they are. It can determine how you speak to them. Okay, so that's an important point to have. Okay, people that don't check your grammatical errors, you know, they want. I remember when I was growing up, Azuma Nelson used to give these interviews after his boxing matches in very interesting English. I mean, if you were an English professor, you would be marking his whatever he was saying. But people were not interested in whether he got his tenses wrong or anything. They were just happy that this man was so full of passion. He had just knocked somebody out. He had made Ghanaians happy, and he was expressing, "I'm too bad, baby." You know, you remember that interview? Yeah. So, Buko Banku speaks. We don't care too much about his grammatical correctness or not, but we're entertained by him because he's an entertainer. Okay, so if you want to improve your grammar, please read more good books, read poetry, you know, read aloud, record yourself. If your pronunciation is you're not sure, check the pronunciation. Okay, you can change stuff, please. Right? You're not the victim of anything. If you're bad at something, I had somebody I worked with whose whole education was JHS 3. He was my assistant when I was working in Kumasi in 1996. That's a long time ago, 26 years ago. I can tell you that before he died, quite young, Ben became the station manager. He was the manager of the office that I was a manager of. I had a degree. He finished with a JHS 3. But at some point in time, he said he wanted to improve. And then I said, start listening to VOA. Because when in Kumasi we couldn't get BBC, we got VOA. And I think BBC as well. Then he went to the HR manager and said, look, I want to start writing my exams. I only finished JHS 3. He started writing. He wrote his SSS. I think he wrote his O-levels. He was going to write his A-levels, go to university. He married a university graduate, you know. And this is somebody who finished school only at JHS 3. So if you want to, you can do it, all right? No excuses. No excuses, all right? No excuses at all. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Any more questions before we wrap? I'll show you how to get my book. How do I manage the time allocated to you? You have to speak slowly. How do you stay within your time limits? Rehearse. In your practice, you will know that this talk is going to take 20 minutes or 10 minutes, and you keep to it, all right? That's how you do it. Okay. I think we are done for the evening. A lot of comments. There's one coming in here. Why? Okay, can you come and see me? Yeah, come and see me, please. How about GTV? Come look for me, all right? Yeah. Not before 10 o'clock, though, because that's when we're on air, all right? We don't want, you can't come and talk to me when I'm on the air. Okay, so I wrote this book called How to Public Speaking A to Z. So it has public speaking tips, all right? From A, so A is for audience, and you have tips on audience. B is for how to begin to speak in public. You have tips on that. C is for confidence. D is for desire, you know, how to stimulate the desire to speak in public. E is for engage. F, you know, G, all the way to Z. It's over 101 tips. Every tip was illustrated by my son, Kelly, when he was about, I think, 13 or 14. He's about 17 now. No, longer than that. I wrote this book, yeah, around about that time. And it goes for 57 cedis, 57. And if you buy that book, I will give you a copy of my MC book, How to MC Any Event. I wrote that book in 2013. A lot of MCs have used it to improve their careers. I'm going to put my number in the comments. It's 0240299122. Send me a WhatsApp, and you will get the book. All right? Yeah, it's 57 CDs. Anybody who buys Public Speaking A to Z will get a copy of How to MC Any Event absolutely free. All right. And yeah, so it's the same. The same number is the Momo number as well. 0240-299-122. Send me a message. Tell me you want to get the book. As soon as you send me the Momo, the book comes to you. It's a soft book, so you get it, boom, right there on your WhatsApp, and then you can transfer it to your email, and you can start learning. But you know, it's after learning the tips and everything, you practice them, and you become excellent. All right. Yeah. So you will soon get the information in the comments. So it's 0240-299-122. That's the WhatsApp number. Send me a WhatsApp. And everybody who gets the public speaking book, Public Speaking A to Z, also gets a copy of How to MC an Event. The reason I'm bundling it together is that MCing actually improves your public speaking. All right. I started MCing full time in 2012, right after Who Wants to Be Rich ended. And I realized that MCing is actually the way that a lot of people got into public speaking, because MCing, you're doing different things. You are introducing a program, you are ending a program, you are introducing speakers, you are thanking speakers, you're doing vote of thanks, you are always on the stage, and you're learning how to speak briefly. The number again is 0240-299-122. Teddy. 0240-299-122. It will come up in the comments, all right? And we'll pin it as well, okay? So MCing actually helps you to become a public speaker, a good public speaker, because an MCing, if you are a general MC who does different kinds of events, one day you'll be doing a wedding, another day you'll be doing an anniversary, one day you'll be doing a party, then you'll be doing a banking launch, then you'll be doing a product launch, then you'll be doing a conference, then you'll be moderating a debate, and you get to talk to different kinds of people. So it cures your shyness. Different kinds of people, different kind of situations. You will learn how to do research, because if you are in a banking environment, then you want to know the terms that they are using. All right, okay. So MCing is great. It helps with your public speaking. The public speaking tips book will give you all the tips you need to become a great public speaker, and then the MC book will show you how to become a great MC. The number again, famous, it's 0240. You got it. 0240-299-122. You can send me a message, just to be sure that it's me that's behind it. I'm the one who I'll message you back. I'll send you a voice note even, so you know that it's me who's speaking. Yeah, the scammers are all over the place, so don't listen to them. All right, so I'll send you a voice note, and then we can chat from there. And then if you want the book, you get the book, and I'll send you the MC book as well. If anybody has any other tips that they would like me to share with them, I'd love to hear from you, because I have maybe a minute left, and then we're good to go. Do we have courses to enhance one's public speech? Yes. So my book is structured like a course. So once you get that the tips book, because it shows you the various things you have to do. The most important thing, apart from reading the book, is to actually practice speaking. So you need to volunteer to speak at events, okay? You need to do that, because to give you experience, I tell you, confidence comes from experience, and experience comes from you doing something over and over and over again, trying to be better, okay? That's how it works. So my firm bid for a contract of renovation works, which we were invited to do presentation by the institution. Meanwhile, we were given only drawings. So honestly, in my mind, presentation is how the work will be done. We added 3D animations added to prove our competence, only for them to tell us the presentation is the method of work. So I want your presentation. What is presentation, please? Please, when somebody says, I want you to do a presentation, ask them. Everybody has a different idea of what presentation is. What I'm doing right now is a presentation on public speaking, okay? Another one could be a talk with slides, PowerPoint slides, you know. Another one could be a demonstration, so you actually show people how something is done. So please, somebody tells you that they want you to do a presentation, find out from them exactly what it is meant by presentation. So remember, anytime you're speaking in public, you're speaking for the satisfaction of the people who are listening to you, not how you think it is going to be. You know, it's not what you think it is, it's what the people expect it to be. All right, and always ask them, how much time do I have? Yesterday, 2 days ago, I gave a Rotary talk, and I asked, just when they introduced me, I asked the President Kobler, how much time do I have for this presentation? He said 20 minutes. I set my timer, and then I went and talked. So that's another good way to time yourself. Everybody's phone has a timer. So you start speaking, you put that, anytime I give a talk, I record it. So I put it on recorder, and the recorder also has a timer. So I knew what my timings were. All right? Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Richard. Larry, I stammer, any help? Yes, you can actually, I know people who have overcome stammering and have become great speakers. So preparation helps, because a lot of stammering also comes from nervousness, and nervousness comes from you not being ready. okay? And so sometimes also speaking very fast also aggravates stammering. So you want to make an conscious effort to speak slower. When I speak very fast, I tend to stammer too. So I've realized that when I slow down, it gets better for me, all right? Slowing down makes it better. So do that. If it's quite serious, it may be a medical issue and you need to speak to a qualified professional, a voice, a language expert, speech therapist, and they can help you with it, all right? But it's not an insurmountable problem. You can actually solve it, okay? All right. Okay, so I think we're done. For those of you who want the book, the MC book, it's 57 cities, 57, like Ghana's independence, 57. And anybody gets a free copy of How to MC an Event. It's 40 chapters of an MC manual. And you can treat it as a guide to teach you how to, if you had zero experience, this book is good for you. If you have all the experience in the world, you can still learn a few things that will help your business. Because at the end of the MC book is a chapter on negotiation and marketing. And that helps if you want to MC for a living, a professional. You need to know how to market yourself. You need to know how to negotiate your fee. And that's one thing that people say, oh, I've been MCing for 3 years now for free. How do I start charging money? Okay, so there are tips there that will help you to do that. Okay, so last minute questions are coming in. How do you build your confidence when you are disabled and people really look down on you? It has been happening to you since you were a kid and it's been haunting you. Okay, so a lot of people are cruel, not only to disabled people, but to other people, to anybody else. They for some reason, some people are not sensitive, okay? And I'm really sorry if that's your experience. So you want to build your confidence when you're disabled and people, first of all, you have to believe in yourself, okay? I know disabled people who have achieved a lot. I know you can't be more disabled than Helen Keller. Helen Keller was born blind, deaf, and mute. She could not see, she could not hear, she could not speak. Helen Keller ended up getting a PhD, and she became an inspiration for people with disabilities. You're not more disabled than Helen Keller. On Who Wants to Be Rich, I had one of our specials where there was a teacher without arms who came on the show. She's called Enyona, no arms. She teaches in Sawam. There's a one-armed gentleman here in my neighborhood who I see busily weeding every weekend. He has one arm, all right? He weeds, okay? So, people can be cruel and unkind. Take no notice of them. Find something that you're good at. That helps with confidence. There's something, everybody's good at something, okay? If a blind, deaf, and mute lady could find something that she was good at, everybody has something they're good at. Find that and let people know you for that. And then you can speak. You see, you can actually turn this around and actually speak at events where you speak from the point of view of people who are disabled and how you've overcome certain challenges, and you end up inspiring people, okay? So, Nana, I don't know whether it's your question, but if it is, don't lose hope. Everybody has use in this world, and let me know how it goes, okay? Nice one. God bless. All right. So I think I have covered every possible question. It's now 8:20, so we've been doing this for 50 minutes. I want to be doing these trainings twice a week, okay? So today is Thursday. Probably the next one will be on Monday. Let's see, either Monday or Tuesday, we'll do another training, okay? And give me feedback. Let me know how it went, what you'd like to get help in, and hopefully we can do this again some other time. The WhatsApp number to reach me on is 0240-299-122 if you want a copy of the the public speaking book. It's going for 57 cities, 57 like Ghana's independence, or KOD's brand, 1957. And I will send you free of charge my MC book, How to MC any event, 40 chapters of tips, how to recover from mistakes, how to be more confident, the 9 qualities of a successful MC, how to negotiate, how to deal with nerves, everything. And all that stuff will actually complement your public speaking experience. So thank you so much. Let me go through and shout out all of you. You've been great. Empress Bakupe, thank you. Peter Nanaya Eti, thank you. Richmond, thank you. Matthias, thank you. Famous, thank you. Raphael, thank you very much. Richard, thank you. Wow. Amam Mansa, thank you. Alvis, thank you. Wow, so many people here. Alvis, thanks a lot. Thank you so much, all of you. You guys are great. Sister Sandy, thank you. Nana Memphi, thank you. Abdul Majid, thank you. You guys are great. Obroni Paul, wow, I like your name. Sammy Kumson, thank you. Teddy Opoku, thank you very much. You guys are great. Ambassador Ben Bonaparte, yeah, man, thank you very much. Ambassador, I salute all of you. Kafui, thank you. Jarvis, thank you. Teddy, thank you. Darlene, thank you. Julius, thank you. I had a good friend called Julius. Kweku Elikem, thank you. Frederick, thank you very much. You guys are great. Doris, thank you. I have a cousin called Doris. Nana, thank you. Abigail, thank you. Frederick, thank you. Harrison, thank you. Destiny, thank you. Destiny's Child. MC Eye Contact. I like your name, man. Powerful. Yeah. Thank you all. I hope I didn't miss any of your names, but if I did, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't intentional. For those of you who want the book, 0240-299-122. Ben Bella Akufu Asare. He took me to a school in the Eastern region. He needs to remind me of the name of that school again. It's in the Abuakwa State College. Man, I had a great time there. Powerful school. I love the neatness of their grounds. Green and yellow. Beautiful. Thank you. Nana Kwame, you just joined. Oh, thanks. Go back to the beginning. Watch it. Listen to the tips. If you want the book, you see the number. It's a public speaking book. I'll give you a free book copy of my book, MC, How to MC Any Event. All of them are soft copies. I'll just send it to your WhatsApp. Boom, you start reading tonight. And you'll make a difference in your public speaking life. Isaiah, thank you very much, guys. This one is we're just doing thank yous to the end. Okay. But if there are any extra time questions you want to drop to, I'll ask. I'm a Mansa Duca. How do you get a copy of my public speaking book? Send a WhatsApp to my WhatsApp number 0240-299-122. Abuakwa State College. Charlie, you're going to start a school war here pretty soon. Yeah, we have to go again. Yeah, I love that school. The grounds that impressed me, Abuakwa State College, Wesley girls, I really liked how they looked. It was really nice and neat. Yeah, I like that as well. Okay, Nana Kwame is going to order his copy right away. No wahala. Darlene, see you next week. Thank you so much. You guys are great. Nana Menfiba, I saw your message. I responded. I think you responded back as well. Famous, thank you so much. Thank you. Lawrence, thank you too, man. You're the man. Okay. Tomorrow, guys, if those of you who watch TV in the mornings, I'll be interviewing a wonderful backing vocalist who has been on every possible song. Most songs that you know that are hits. She's called Nanama, and she's on the show tomorrow. She says she discovered Terry Bonchaka, and I'm going to explore that and other things. So watch GTV tomorrow. Around about 8:30, she'll be on for the interview. Can't afford to miss it. And even if you miss it, it will be on Facebook too. So we'll put it here for you to watch, okay? All right. Guys, you guys are the best. I'm going to leave you right now. And God willing, we meet again next week for another edition of the free training. So tell a friend to tell a friend. And you can share what we've done because it's going to stick on my page. So share it with your friends. Let them know that, hey, if they have any public speaking issues, they can just go and watch the stream again. I'm going to put it also on my YouTube. My YouTube is Kafui Day MC on YouTube. And I'll cut it up and put it up there. I'll put it also on my TikTok as well. So you guys can just go and follow it. And then wherever you are, you can check it out, okay? If you want the book, send a message to my number 0240-299-122. Charlie, guys, thank you very much. Enjoy your evening. Wishing Ghana all the best in the Commonwealth Games. Let's win some medals, man. Let's win some medals. Okay, take care. God bless.